Hey everyone, it's Kim Tectonic here today. We're working on this American Biotech Supply. It's a refrigerator for keeping medication, samples, stuff like that in. It's a pretty expensive refrigerator. I looked them up and they're way overrated compared to a regular little tiny refrigerator this size. Just because it has all these special features, alarm, stuff like that you can hook up to it. But anyways, they were going to pitch it. So I went ahead to see what was wrong with it, see if it was hard to fix or whatever. So with that being said, let's get started. Or at least I'll show you how I fixed it. Okay, just to save you trouble, this little block right here pulls right off, as you can see, and it's a pretty small version of what it had on it. It had this. Now what you got is, I went ahead and marked these. You got a run, you got a start, you got a common. This is your overload switch, and you also have a run capacitor, which this one doesn't show the run capacitor, but you have it's called a PTC relay built into these. And this one was bad because what would happen was you could hear the compressor try to start and then tink, it would shut right back off. So I couldn't find the exact version of this, so I went ahead and ordered a cheap one online, and it's basically the same thing. It comes with this stuff in the smaller version, but it plugs in the same, and you just got to remember where your two wires came off here and make sure you put them on the right posts on this new one. You can just remember which one's your run. For your common will be the main one with your hot wire. So let's go ahead and put this back on, and it fits about the same. It's a little smaller, but and you got a ground wire in here. I don't know if I can get this cover. Should be able to get this cover over, except for, see, the wires came out the side on this one, and now they're coming out the back, so it's going to be a little hard to get this cover back on there properly. But I think we can make it work. So it kind of just got that cover on there the best I could. It's not even probably necessary to have it. It's just for people that shouldn't be in there, that you can get your fingers poked. And this is what is a pain. There. There's only one screw that holds this back panel on. It goes up here at the very top. And there you have it. So we'll plug this in, and it has a digital readout. It should tell us if it's cooling or not. So we'll see how it does. Well, that's what it was, because it's been running for about a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. We're down to 3 degrees Celsius. So double that and add 30 gives you Fahrenheit. So you're looking at 36 degrees. So 36 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cooling real good. Oh yeah. Yeah, make a good refrigerator for beer. Or put your specimens in it. I don't care, but that's what it is. That's all it was. Okay. All right, everyone. In case you were wondering, you've always got three main components, or three terminals on your compressor. One's considered start, one's considered common, and one's considered run. Your start usually goes to your relay, which is what was bad on this one was this part across here, which is your relay, and then you have a run capacitor or overload. In this case, it had an overload. The overload was okay. It was the PTC relay that was bad. And one way you can check this is if you got power coming in to your common, you got power coming in, you can unhook both these wires and just put a jumper across these two. And if your compressor runs, then you know it's the run capacitor more than likely, or the relay. But you don't want to leave it jumped very long. As long as you hear the compressor start, you know it's good. And if all the wires are off of your compressor, you should have continuity between all three terminals. No matter which way you touch them, all three of them should have continuity to one another. And if you happen to touch one and go to ground and you have continuity, then you know your compressor is shorted out. So in this case, none of that stuff was wrong. So I went ahead and ordered the relay, which was, I think, 15 bucks. So it was well worth it. $1,000 refrigerator. So it was well worth fixing the refrigerator for 15 bucks part. So couldn't beat that. So I hope that was helpful to anybody. And that's on 110 compressors. You can jump them two terminals. You cannot do that on a 220 compressor. So, but that's most of your basic refrigeration for your small refrigerators and such, that they usually have that component. And I thought I showed you the bad one. This was the bad one, and this little black thing here is your overload. And this part that's encased right here is your relay, which was not working. That's what was basically wrong with this one, is this part right here. So by just eliminating it, I bought one that wasn't quite a match, but it was able to work with these, of course, the three prongs, which you have start, running, common. I marked these on there, probably backwards. But anyhow, that's how I could remember what went where, and I just kind of basically come up with, it was only 2 wires going to the compressor. This one here is one of the wires coming in that goes right from right from this into the compressor. So basically it's fed right through that. That's an overload. So hopefully that was helpful. Give me a thumbs up, and that fixed that. And so that was a pretty expensive refrigerator to just pitch, and that's what somebody was going to do with it. They were just going to pitch it. They'd have been better off calling a repair guy. They'd saved themselves probably a lot of money if they went out and bought another one of those. All right, I'm out of here. Have a great day.